storm god of the Canaanite pantheon. Baal. Hello everyone. Welcome to Mythology Journey. Today, I'm going to tell you about Baal, one of the most powerful and controversial gods of the ancient world. Baal isn't just a storm god. He's also seen as a symbol of fertility, life, death, and rebirth. His story is a long and complex journey that stretches from the depths of Canaanite mythology to our modern day, acquiring different meanings in various cultures and religions, delving into the depths of religious history. Baal's figure isn't just a mythological character. It's also been at the center of political, social, and religious debates, interpreted as a symbol of power, authority, and faith. Baal was one of the most important and widely worshipped gods in the West Semitic pantheon. His origins trace back to ancient Canaan, all the way to the Bronze Age. The word Baal translates to Lord, Master, or Owner in Semitic languages, highlighting his power and authority. Baal wasn't just recognized in the Canaan region. He was also known and worshipped in Mesopotamia, Egypt, and throughout the Mediterranean world. Baal was typically depicted holding a lightning bolt or a mace. These symbols represented his abilities to control storms, bring rain, and make the land fertile. They also symbolize Baal's strength and dominion. Baal was revered not only as a storm god, but also as a symbol of fertility, life, death, and rebirth. His cult was closely tied to agriculture and animal husbandry, and rituals were performed to enhance soil productivity and ensure bountiful harvests. Baal's figure held a significant place in Canaanite mythology. He was considered the son of El, the king of the gods, and wielded considerable power over other deities. The stories of Baal reflect the beliefs, values, and lifestyle of Canaanite society. These narratives recount Baal's struggles with natural forces, his love affairs, his battles, and his interactions with the mortal realm. Baal's cult evolved over centuries, acquiring diverse meanings in various cultures and religions. In some societies, he was regarded as a symbol of prosperity and life, while in others, he was perceived as a destructive force. Baal's figure has, at times, been the focus of political and religious controversies, interpreted as a symbol of power, authority, and faith. Baal played many important roles in mythology. As a storm god, he controlled nature, darkening the sky, sending lightning, and bringing rain to make the land fertile. He also maintained order by battling Yam, the sea god. By confronting Yam's chaotic forces, he established boundaries between the sea and the land, thus protecting both humans and other gods. Baal was seen as the source of life and abundance. He ensured the growth of crops, the reproduction of animals, and the fertility of the soil. Thanks to him, people lived in prosperity, protected from hunger and famine. However, death and destruction were also under his control. Storms not only brought rain, but could also cause devastating floods and hurricanes. Baal's wrath could lead to drought, famine, and even death. Therefore, Baal was both revered and feared. People performed various rituals, made offerings, and built temples to appease him. Baal's cult was central to the life of Canaanite society. Worship of Baal, a widespread and deeply rooted practice in ancient Canaan, was central to the life of the society and closely associated with many areas, such as agriculture, fertility, and natural phenomena. Temples and altars dedicated to Baal, built in important centers of cities and villages, were used not only for religious ceremonies, but also for social and economic events. Various rituals were performed for Baal. In these rituals, valuable animals such as bulls, rams, and goats were usually sacrificed. Foods such as grains, fruits, wine, and olive oil were offered, and prayers were said to express Baal's grace and abundance, offer thanks to the forces of nature, and seek protection from dangers. Among Baal's symbols were the bull, representing power, fertility, and fecundity. the lightning symbolizing Baal's ability to control storms, the spear expressing his warrior and protector aspect, and the trees representing life, growth, and rebirth. These symbols held an important place in Baal's cult and were used in rituals, temples, and other religious objects. Baal worship was widespread not only in the Canaan region, but also in other ancient Near Eastern and Mediterranean cultures. Although Baal was given different names and attributed different characteristics in different societies, his basic features and symbolism were generally preserved. The Baal cult was one of the most important and influential religious practices of the ancient world and persisted for centuries. Baal symbolizes a great many things in mythology, possessing rich and layered meanings. His most well-known representation is as a storm god, wielding power and control over nature. Thunder, lightning, and bolts of electricity are manifestations of his will. Bringing rain to make the land fertile has ensured his perception as the source of life and abundance. Baal is the master not only of destructive storms, but also of life-sustaining rain. This dual power reflects his complex and sometimes contradictory nature. Baal's symbolism is also closely related to the cycle between life and death. Like the seasonal cycle of nature, life goes through stages of birth, growth, death, and rebirth. As part of this cycle, Baal represents both life and death. His power not only revitalizes life, but can also bring about death. Therefore, Baal was both revered and feared. This fear and respect are reflections of his power and control. Baal symbolism also expresses power, authority, and control. His acceptance as the son of El, the king of the gods, shows that he held an important position in the pantheon of gods. Baal's power and authority over other gods are also reflected in his symbolism. He is the protector not only of natural forces, but also of social order. In this respect, Baal is not only a nature god, but also a leader and protector of society. Baal's symbolism is closely related to the cycle of nature, the continuation of life, and divine power. His figure reflects the beliefs, values, and lifestyle of ancient Canaanite society. Although Baal's symbolism has acquired different meanings in different cultures and religions over the centuries, his basic characteristics and meaning have generally been preserved. This shows how enduring and influential a mythological figure Baal was. The story of Baal is just one of the riches that the ancient world has to offer us. His character brings together the power of nature, the cycle of life, and divine authority. Baal teaches us important lessons such as living in harmony with nature, appreciating abundance, and respecting divine power.